The Perfume of the Lady in Black by Gaston Leroux. Dramatised by Stephen Sheridan.
Is this your first time at sea?
I'm sorry?
My husband was wondering if you travelled abroad before, Mr. Larson.
Well, during the last 18 months, I must have visited half the cities on Earth. I can't remember the last time I set foot on my native soil.
That's too bad. Don't you ever get homesick?
Not in the least. France holds nothing but painful memories for me, I'm sorry to say.
Where's that steward got to? I want to order another brandy.
I'm sure he'll be over in a minute, Arthur.
Will you join me in a cigar, Mr. Larson? They're the finest money can buy.
Oh, you're very kind, but I only ever smoke these Turkish cigarettes.
That's a mighty fine cigarette case you've got there. May I?
Oh, yes, of course.
Look, Mary. There's an inscription.
To Frederic, with fondest love from Mathilde.
Who's she, Larson? Someone special?
Not anymore.
Hello, what's going on over there?
Well, what's the matter, Mr. Ransom?
Well, there seems to be a disturbance over on the captain's table. A couple of his officers came running in.
I wonder what they're talking about.
Judging by that expressions, it must be something urgent.
Well, you know, Larson, I'm not sure I like the look of this.
Honestly, Arthur, you're such a worrier. Sit down and finish your cigar. I'm sure everything's absolutely...
Mary! Are you all right?
Arthur, help me out!
What the hell was that?
I think we must have been hit by something.
Hit by something? That's impossible! In the name of God, Larson, what's going on?
Steward, what on earth has happened?
It was the fog, sir. It came out of the fog. We didn't have a chance.
What came out of the fog? Pull yourself together, man. You're gibbering.
Oh, sorry, sir. It was a square-rigged schooner.
Square-rigged
Oh,
schooner?
this damn fog. It must have lost its bearings. Before we could change direction, it was upon us.
Has the hull been breached?
Breached? It's been all but torn asunder. The lower decks are flooded already.
My God.
If you want to make peace with your saviour, now's the time to do it. We haven't a prayer, sir. We'll be at the bottom of the ocean in minutes.
With all due respect, sir, we're wasting our time.
Shine the lantern over there.
The SS Dordogne signalled us hours ago. We haven't a hope of finding anyone else alive.
We're supposed to be a rescue party. We're not turning back until we're certain there's no one left to discover.
Just a minute, sir. Over here.
I see him. Quickly, men. Row towards him. Steady as she goes. Well,
I'm sorry, sir. I'm afraid he's dead.
help me haul him aboard. We may not have been able to save him, but we can at least ensure he gets a decent Christian burial.
Much good wearing a life jacket did him, right out here. The poor devil must have frozen to death.
Frozen to death. What a terrible fate. I wonder who he was.
They're sure it was Larson.
I'm sorry?
Well, the man they dragged from the water, they're sure it was Larson.
Couldn't have been anyone else. If the papers they found on his body weren't proof enough, he was later identified by his own brother.
The death of Frederic Larson excited little comment in his native France. As far as the newspapers were concerned, he was merely another victim of the Dordoigne's tragic sinking. Only one journalist truly appreciated the significance of his watery demise. My old friend, Joseph Rouletabille.
Do you have any matches?
There's a box on the mantelpiece.
Thank you, Sainclair.
Students of criminology may recall the murderous attack on the daughter of Professor Stangerson in the autumn of 1896. At the time, it was widely believed that her fiancé Robert Darzac was responsible. Rouletabille, however, established that Frederic Larson, consumed by an unrequited passion, was the true culprit, and forced him to flee abroad.
Is there any pleasure in life more agreeable than a fine cigarette?
Sprawled out now in my Parisian apartment, the young reporter positively glowed with satisfaction at his adversary's fate.
Oh, I can't say I think much of your wine, though.
I beg your pardon?
How much did you pay for it, Sainclair? Tastes as though it has recently travelled through the kidneys of a cat.
Well, I'm sorry if it fails to meet your exacting standards, Rouletabille. I had no idea you were such a connoisseur.
I shouldn't be drinking wine tonight anyway. The death of Larson merits nothing less than the finest champagne.
Well, I think that's a little excessive. For all his malice, he died a horrible death.
I can tell you're a barrister, Sainclair. How glibly you substitute lies and hypocrisy for the plain, unvarnished truth.
Oh, really, Rouletabille?
Larson persecuted Mademoiselle Stangerson without conscience or pity. He's received nothing more than his just deserts, and you know it.
I must admit, I didn't shed any tears when I learnt that he'd died.
It's my understanding that he's to be buried tomorrow afternoon. I'm hoping I can persuade my newspaper to give me the day off.
Well, surely you're not planning to attend.
Of course I'm planning to attend. And you're coming with me.
Oh?
Well, you played your part in his downfall. It's only proper that you should be there. Now, what have you done with that bottle of wine?
I thought it wasn't to your taste.
I'm a journalist, Sainclair. I'll drink anything. Stop prevaricating and pour me another glass.
Frederic Larson was finally laid to rest in a windswept cemetery on the outskirts of Paris. At the request of his family, no words were said over his coffin. I can't in all candour say that I regretted this lack of religious observance. Knowing what I did of Larson's history, I wouldn't much have relished praying for his soul.
I'm a little surprised that there are so few mourners.
I'm sorry?
I thought Larson's brother at least might have managed to attend.
Perhaps he didn't want to advertise his kinship to so foul a rogue.
I dare say you're right. If I were related to Larson, I think I'd open a vein. I wonder who she is, though.
Rouletabille was referring to the only other person standing at Larson's graveside. A heavily veiled woman of quiet and stately bearing, she was entirely dressed in vast swathes of black.
She seemed to appear out of nowhere. She hasn't said a single word.
Funerals are hardly the place for idle banter.
It's curious nonetheless. Do you think I ought to approach her?
No, I do not. The poor woman should be left to mourn in peace.
You're right, of course. Your natural tact and diplomacy do you credit.
Thank you, Rouletabille.
I don't see much profit in staying here longer. Come along, Sainclair. Time we went home.
I've been thinking about Professor Stangerson's daughter.
Oh?
If you must smoke in here, at least have the goodness to open a window.
Oh, forgive me, Sainclair.
Whilst Larson was living, Mademoiselle Stangerson didn't feel able to marry her fiancé.
That's hardly surprising. He swore he'd kill her if she ever married another man.
Well, now he's dead, she has nothing to fear. There's no reason why she and Robert Darzac shouldn't start planning their wedding at once.
They already have.
Oh?
There was an announcement about it in the society pages. They're marrying a week on Saturday.
A week on Saturday? Oh, I see.
What's the matter, Sainclair? Upset because you haven't been invited?
It's of no consequence to me whether I've been invited or not. I would have been far too busy to attend anyway.
I'll tell them that, shall I?
I beg your pardon?
They sent your invitation along with mine. They both arrived yesterday morning.
Ah. I knew they wouldn't forget their old friends.
What a pity you'll be too busy to attend.
I dare say I'll manage to spare a few hours. The rules of etiquette demand nothing less.
Quite right.
There's no need to smirk at me like that. Some of us try to behave like gentlemen once in a while.
A hint of wild jasmine.
You've lost me, Rouletabille.
The woman at Larson's funeral. The lady in black.
What about her?
Did you by any chance happen to notice her perfume?
I can't say that I did.
Lavender, with a hint of wild jasmine. Oh, where have I smelt that perfume before?
Well, you have a memory like a steel trap. I'm sure it'll come to you eventually.
Perhaps I'd rather it didn't.
I'm not sure I follow.
I've led a strange life, Sainclair. There's a great deal about it that I'm glad to remember. But there's a great deal more that I'd sooner forget.
Mathilde Stangerson and Robert Darzac were married at the little church of Saint-Nicolas du Chardonnay. Although I'd attended his funeral a few days previously, I half expected to see Larson lurking in the shadows, but the ceremony passed without incident.
Oh, you really ought to try one of these crab puffs. They're absolutely delicious.
At the reception afterwards, Rouletabille, who had gone without his breakfast, fell upon the buffet with relish. As I watched him pushing an endless supply of comestibles into his mouth, I reflected, not for the first time, on his deplorable lack of manners.
Waiter, another glass of champagne.
Straighten your collar, Rouletabille. The Darzacs are coming over.
There you are, gentlemen. We hoped you'd be able to attend.
Nothing could have kept us away.
Don't talk with your mouth full. You're showering the happy couple with crumbs.
He doesn't change much, does he?
Neither do you. You're every bit as radiant as I remember.
Careful, Sainclair. You're talking to a married woman.
Really, Rouletabille?
It's thanks to you that this wedding was ever able to happen.
You exaggerate our importance.
Nonsense. If you hadn't thwarted Larson all those months ago, he would have murdered Mathilde and had me executed for the crime.
Please, Robert, must we discuss that man today of all days?
Forgive me, Mathilde. I'm being insensitive.
There you are, Darzac. The carriage is ready.
Thank you, Beauvais.
Aren't you going to introduce us?
Yes, of course. I'd like you both to meet Gérard Beauvais. He's one of my most valued colleagues at the Sorbonne.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
This is Joseph Rouletabille Beauvais.
Is it, by thunder? Well, your name is seldom off Darzac's lips.
Please, you'll make me swollen-headed.
Perish the thought.
May I also present Monsieur Eugène Sainclair?
I'm glad to meet you, sir.
And no doubt Monsieur Darzac has also mentioned me.
Monsieur Sainclair helped Rouletabille defeat Frederic Larson.
Yes, of course.
Monsieur Beauvais has been good enough to let us spend our honeymoon at his castle on the Côte d'Azur.
I'd hardly describe the Chateau d'Hercule as a castle, if you'll excuse me.
Oh, take no notice. It's one of the most remarkable buildings in the south of France.
I'm afraid we shall have to leave at once. We have a long journey ahead of us.
We quite understand.
I hope we'll be able to talk at greater length in the future.
I'm certain we will, Madame Darzac. Have a safe journey.
Madame Darzac, I still can't accustom myself to that name.
Come along, my dear.
What a delightful young woman.
Well, Sainclair, I do believe you're a little in love with her yourself.
What? That's nonsense.
It's true. You're blushing.
I'm flushing with anger at hearing such Stop talking twaddle and eat your crab puff.
What's happening? We've turned into the Boulevard Saint-Michel.
I've instructed the driver to take us home.
I thought we were going on to the Café Anglais.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rouletabille. Oh. It's been a long day. As soon as I've dropped you off, I'm going straight home to bed.
You're starting to show your age, Sainclair. You're not the man you were.
Well, here we are then. I'll bid you good night.
Sainclair, look.
What is it?
Standing beneath that lamppost. It's the woman from the funeral. The lady in black.
She looks like some ghostly apparition.
She's beckoning to me.
You all right, Rouletabille? You've gone pale.
I'm fine, Sainclair. Absolutely fine. You carry on to your apartment. I'll see what she wants.
After the sudden appearance of the lady in black, I didn't expect to see Rouletabille again for some time. It has generally been my experience that when he has a mystery to occupy him, he is less inclined to seek out my company. I was, therefore, more than a little surprised when, returning to my rooms the following evening, I discovered my old friend sprawled out in an armchair, smoking a cigarette.
Close the door, you're creating a draft.
Rouletabille, who let you in?
Your landlady was good enough to lend me a key.
Was she indeed?
How'd you fancy a trip to the seaside?
I beg your pardon.
I've been granted some leave. I thought we might visit Biarritz.
In this weather, we'd be frozen.
Well, you needn't worry. I've packed your woolen combinations.
You've done what?
The train leaves at 7. You wouldn't have had time to pack your own bags.
Really, Rouletabille, you presume too much.
Please, come, Sainclair.
Rouletabille? Are you all right?
I have to get away from Paris for a while. I need time to think.
Is it the lady in black? Has she upset you?
Oh, the lady in black. If only you knew.
Well, you don't look well. Your eyes are very red. Surely you haven't been...
Will you come, Sainclair? Yes or no?
You're my dearest friend, Rouletabille. If you want me with you, then of course I'll come.
Thank you, Sainclair. Thank you. Who knows? The weather could brighten. We may spend our holiday basking in warmth.
Oh, can we go back to the hotel soon? I'm turning to ice!
Let's just walk to the end of the promenade.
Oh no, my hat! Catch it, Rouletabille!
Let it go, I'll buy you another.
I don't want another! My father bought me that hat!
Isn't the sea magnificent?
Oh, I'd sooner be admiring it from the warmth of the hotel!
The sea is our ally, Sainclair. The sea rid us of Larson.
Must you incessantly talk of that man? He's dead, Rouletabille.
Living or dead, he'll always be with me.
Now what, pray, is that supposed to mean?
You mustn't ask me, Sainclair. I can't tell you yet.
Oh, I've had enough of this nonsense. If you want to stay out here and catch pneumonia, that's your affair. I'm going somewhere a bit warmer to try and thaw out.
Another brandy, please.
Very good, sir.
Make that two.
Ah, you've decided to join me then.
I'm afraid you must have found me somewhat exasperating of late.
My dear Rouletabille, I've always found you somewhat exasperating. Your behaviour has merely grown more extreme.
You're a good fellow, Sainclair. You deserve a better friend.
Oh, nonsense.
How much do you know of my early history?
Only what you've told me. You were born in Limoges and brought up above a tailor's shop.
Ah, yes. The tailor's shop in Limoges.
Excuse me, sir. Monsieur Rouletabille?
Yes?
This telegram has just arrived.
Thank you.
I didn't realise that anyone knew where you were.
I left a forwarding address with my editor.
Well, who's it from?
Robert Darzac.
Robert Darzac?
My God. No.
Rouletabille, what is it?
See for yourself.
Come at once. Stop. Frederic Larson still alive? Stop. Mathilde has seen him. Stop. Don't lose a minute. Stop. For pity's sake, come.
Words cannot adequately describe the anxiety we felt as we hurried towards the Darzac's honeymoon retreat on the Côte d'Azur. The love that Larson had once borne Mathilde had long since been transformed into the deadliest hate. He had sworn to kill her, and if he were still living, we had no doubt that he'd try to make good his terrible threat.
Can't this carriage go any faster?
Patience, Rouletabille. It can't be much further.
The Darzac's friend, Gerard Beauvais, had arranged for us to be driven from the station. As we hurtled through the streets, his family home, the Château d'Hercule, suddenly loomed into view.
Look, Sainclair. Madame Darzac didn't exaggerate when she called the Château a castle.
The Château d'Hercule was indeed a most impressive building. An imposing mixture of towers and battlements surrounded by a moat, it resembled an illustration from a children's picture book. There was, however, also a sinister aspect to the place. Dark, solitary and shrouded in mist, one felt that almost any crime could go undetected behind its thick stone walls. Our carriage had barely crossed the chateau's drawbridge before Rouletabille flung open the door and leapt out.
At last! Thought we'd never arrive.
Monsieur Rouletabille, thank God.
Gerard Beauvais had been pacing up and down, awaiting our arrival. The blithe, happy-go-lucky young man we had met at the Darzac's wedding now wore an expression of the utmost concern.
Let me help you with your luggage.
Oh, thank you, monsieur.
How is Madame Darzac?
Much altered, I'm sorry to say. I've never seen her so quiet and withdrawn.
Oh, dear me.
What she's in need of is a little reassurance. Perhaps knowing you're here will set her at ease. Edith! Edith! Where is the wretched girl?
Your home is every bit as impressive inside as it is out, Monsieur Beauvais.
Well, thank you. You must be tired after your journey. May I offer you some refreshment?
We'd just as soon see the Darzacs.
Yes, of course. Edith!
You called, Monsieur Beauvais?
Yes, Edith. Go and find Monsieur and Madame Darzac. Tell them that their friends have arrived.
Very good, sir.
Apart from the Darzacs, do you have any other guests?
Only my Uncle Marius. He's recently returned from the forests of Brazil.
Oh.
He's an entomologist, Monsieur Sainclair. He spends 6 months each year studying the insect life of South America.
Sounds a most remarkable gentleman.
I believe he's in the drawing room at present. Perhaps I could introduce you whilst Edith is finding our friends.
So, you're Joseph Rouletabille, are you? I'd expected someone older.
Don't let his youth deceive you, Uncle Marius. He possesses one of the keenest minds in France.
Poppycock! He's little more than a boy.
Your uncle's quite right, Monsieur Beauvais. My powers have been greatly exaggerated.
You see?
When I shook hands with him just now, for instance, I was only able to deduce that he's a snuff-taking gentleman of independent means who has recently fallen upon hard times.
What the devil? How do you know that?
The shirt you're wearing is of the very finest quality, which suggests wealth. Its cuffs, however, are slightly frayed, which suggests that you can no longer afford to buy another.
Well, and the snuff?
The skin around your nostrils is slightly discoloured, an invariable sign of a dedicated snuff-taker.
Well, clever enough trick, Monsieur Rouletabille, I'll grant you that. But I've seen it performed with equal assurance in the music halls of Paris.
Beauvais's uncle Marius was a man for whom the word grotesque might have been coined. Although very short, he possessed the muscular physique of a farmer or labourer. The top of his head was completely bald, but from his chin, conversely, there sprouted a ginger beard of extraordinary thickness. His appearance was rendered still more antic by a pair of green-tinted spectacles, which he wore on the end of his nose.
Where's your good-for-nothing maidservant, Gerard? I wanted to put some more wood on the fire.
The room seems quite warm already.
Stuff and nonsense, sir. I'm used to the heat of the tropics. The temperature in here is positively icy.
You should visit Uncle's bedchamber, Monsieur Sainclair. He keeps it hotter than any furnace.
Does he indeed?
There you are, gentlemen. I apologise for not greeting you in person, but I've been sitting with Mathilde.
Monsieur Beauvais tells us that she's greatly distressed.
In all candour, I fear for her reason. Seeing Larson again appears to have disordered her mind.
Oh?
She has decided that we are man and wife in name only, and insists that we occupy separate rooms.
You'd better take us to her at once.
We must have some hope. Do you really think you'll be able to help us?
I'm certain of it.
Bold words, Monsieur Rouletabille, but I fear they'll prove hollow. For all your bravado, you're still just a boy.
Ah, what a delightful little songbird.
It was a wedding gift from Beauvais's uncle.
The old devil must have a sentimental side.
I don't really care to see a living creature imprisoned in a cage, but I felt it would be discourteous to refuse.
I wish I had such beautiful manners.
I wish you had too. I've told you before that it's impolite to smoke in front of ladies.
It's all right. I don't mind.
Come and sit alongside me on the couch, Madame Darzac. I want to hear all about your mysterious sighting of Frederic Larson.
Yes, of course.
Make sure you don't leave out any details, no matter how trivial.
I fear there's not much to relate. It happened on our first night at the Château d'Hercule.
Old Marius was engaged in another of his interminable monologues. As you may have noticed, he is far from averse to the sound of his own voice.
I confess I was feeling a little weary, so I went for a walk along the chateau's parapets. I was gazing down into the waters of the moat when I saw him.
It's all right, Mathilde.
He was standing in the prow of a rowing boat, gliding silently past like some spectre. Suddenly he seemed aware of my presence. He looked up at me and for a moment our eyes met. I don't think I've ever seen a look of such ice-cold hatred on a human face.
You're sure it was him?
Quite sure, Monsieur Sainclair. The man in the rowing boat was Frederic Larson.
What did you do next?
At first, I was too frightened to move. When finally I'd mastered my terror, I ran to fetch Robert.
Beauvais and I immediately organised a search. By the time we reached the moat, however, Larson had gone.
Robert is being diplomatic, gentlemen. There was no evidence to suggest that he'd ever been there.
The mind can play strange tricks, Mathilde. Are you absolutely certain that you didn't make a mistake?
Don't say that, Robert. Don't say I can't trust the evidence of my own eyes. If there's one thing I dread more than Larson, it's the thought of going mad.
Oh, these lamb cutlets are delicious, Monsieur Beauvais.
Thank you.
I wish Mathilde shared your enthusiasm.
I've eaten what I can. The thunder and lightning have given me a headache.
It's fortunate you don't live in the tropics, ma'am. Given how frequently they have storms, you'd starve yourself to death.
You rang, Monsieur Beauvais?
Yes, Edith. The inclement weather is disturbing Madame Darzac. Draw the curtains, will you?
Very good, sir.
If you've lost your appetite,
I don't suppose you'll be wanting those potatoes.
I'm sorry?
I was just thinking it seems a pity to let them go to waste.
Please, be my guest.
Really, Rouletabille?
Don't look at me like that. I'm hungry.
Oh. Speaking for myself, I'd sooner drink than eat. Come over here, girl, and replenish my glass.
Oh, it's,
Watch out, you've spilled some!
I'm sorry, sir, it was an accident.
It's all right, Edith. That will be all.
Very good,
The
sir.
blundering fool! Look what she's done!
You were making her tremble. I'd be grateful if you treated my servants a little more kindly.
Don't lecture me, I'm not a schoolboy.
I'm sure he meant no disrespect. We're all feeling a little anxious at present.
I suppose this man Larson's to blame.
I'd rather you didn't mention him in front of my wife.
It's all right, Robert.
Well, why does he wish to harm Madame Darzac anyway?
There is a reason, sir. Discretion, however, prevents me from revealing it.
I appreciate your delicacy, Monsieur Rouletabille, but it's no longer necessary.
Oh?
Whilst my father was alive, I feared a scandal. Now that he's dead, I see little point in concealing my history.
You're a wise woman, Madame Darzac. Honesty can be dangerous, but secrecy is worse.
All you need know, sir, is that Frederic Larson and I were once married.
Married?
It was a long time ago in a faraway land. I allowed him to seduce me and, at length, consented to become his wife.
Well, well.
I should have guessed at his character sooner, but he seemed so charming. I only became aware of his true nature when I discovered that he was already married to somebody else.
Was he indeed? The sly old dog.
It's no laughing matter, sir. He treated his first wife abominably, and no doubt had similar plans for Madame Darzac.
I'm suitably contrite.
When I fled back to France, I hoped I'd seen the last of him, but alas, it wasn't to be.
Anger and jealousy appear to have warped his mind. He seems to feel that Mathilde has in some way betrayed him.
When he learned that I was marrying Robert, he tried to kill me. Fortunately, Monsieur Rouletabille was able to outwit him and drove him abroad.
But now he's returned?
Yes, Monsieur Beauvais, so it would seem. And, unless I'm mistaken, he still wants revenge.
Another brandy, Monsieur Sainclair.
No, thank you.
Oh, I mistrust a man who doesn't drink. What have you got to hide, sir?
Nothing.
Sainclair is one of the most honest men in France. I noticed it the first time I saw him in court.
The first time you saw him in court?
He was defending a case, monsieur. In those days, I was a junior law correspondent, and he was a struggling barrister.
I know it. And look at us now. Rouletabille is one of the country's most celebrated journalists,
And Sainclair is still a struggling barrister.
Really, Rouletabille?
His warmth and kindness, though, haven't wavered for a moment. He's an extraordinary man.
Thank you very much.
The Darzacs have decided to retire for the night. I'm afraid the last few days are starting to take their toll.
It's Madame Darzac I most pity. She seems so vulnerable.
I know.
She could learn a thing or two from the order Arachni. Female spiders know how to look after
Really,
themselves.
Uncle Marius.
Have I ever told you about the mating habits of the red-kneed tarantula?
Yeah, on numerous occasions. You'll have to excuse me. I promised Monsieur Rouletabille a tour of the chateau.
Oh, pity.
You wait here, Sainclair. I shan't be long.
Can't I come with you?
Oh, don't be a fool, man. You're better off with me.
Monsieur Sainclair is my guest, Uncle Marius. Make sure you don't take advantage of him. This way, Monsieur Rouletabille.
Lead on, Monsieur Beauvais.
I'm sure I don't know what you mean. Now then, Monsieur Sainclair, how do you fancy a game of cards,
Marius, it transpired, possessed a rare talent for canasta, and as he insisted we played for money, the entire evening proved exceptionally costly. When, at last, he consented to let me leave, the storm outside had finally abated, so I took a brief walk in the gardens before retiring to my room in the square tower. It was by this time quite late, and I was more than ready for a good night's sleep. I was therefore less than amused to discover Rouletabille stretched out on my bed, smoking a cigarette.
Aha! There you are, Sainclair.
3 hours, Rouletabille. You left me on my own with Marius for 3 hours.
You seem less than enamoured with Monsieur Beauvais' uncle.
He's a bore and a braggart. I can't remember when I spent a more disagreeable evening.
If there was any consolation, my tour of the chateau proved most instructive.
Yeah?
It's a remarkable building, and as secure as an iron safe.
Madame Darzac is in no danger, then?
I didn't say that. If Larson is still alive, he won't allow himself to be thwarted by a few stone walls.
If Larson is still alive, you admit the possibility that he might be dead?
Madame Darzac is a highly impressionable young woman. It's not inconceivable that she imagined seeing him.
You don't sound convinced.
I can't prove that Larson has cheated the grave, but my instincts tell me he's still at liberty.
What the devil?
It came from Madame Darzac's room.
No!
Quickly, Sainclair. We haven't a moment to lose.
Mathilde! Mathilde, are you all right?
Monsieur Darzac! What is it? What's
Nobody
happened?
knows. She's bolted herself in.
Madame Darzac, can you hear us? Open the door! There's only one thing for it. Stand back, gentlemen. I'll have to break it down. Over there, in the corner.
Oh, my God, Mathilde!
It isn't your wife, Monsieur Darzac.
What?
It's Edith, the maidservant.
Good Lord, is she...
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Oh, I don't understand, Rouletabille. She shows no sign of injury.
Look at her face. I've never seen an expression of such abject terror. It's almost as if she's been frightened to death.
This is beyond all comprehension. What was Edith doing in Madame Darzac's room?
Tell me, Monsieur Beauvais, have there been any recent thefts at the Château d'Hercule?
A few small sums of money have gone missing. The amounts were too trivial to involve the police.
I'm afraid Edith was the culprit. Look what I've discovered clutched in her hand.
I bought that necklace for Mathilde.
Robert? What's happening?
Mathilde, thank God you're safe.
For pity's sake, Sainclair, cover that poor unfortunate creature with a sheet.
Yes, of course.
Has Larson done this?
I'm afraid it's all too likely.
Where have you been, Madame Darzac?
I'm sorry?
Why weren't you in your room?
Oh, forgive me, I was unable to sleep, so I went to the library to fetch a book.
Evidently Edith saw you leave. She must have come in here, bolted the door, and started searching for something to steal.
Poor Edith. She paid a terrible price for her crime.
Larson must have mistaken her for me.
Try not to think about it, Mathilde.
Well, you won't make the same error twice. Oh, God, Robert. I'm a marked woman.
We won't let him harm you, Madame Darzac.
Words, Monsieur Sainclair. Empty words.
Perhaps it's best if you take your wife out of here, Monsieur Darzac.
Come along, Mathilde.
You can't save me. No one can. If Larson was determined to kill me, I'm already as good as dead.
Oh, this is an awful business, Monsieur Rouletabille.
Well, it makes no sense. How could Larson have entered and left a room with a bolted door?
Well, perhaps he used the window.
It's locked. And outside there's a sheer drop of almost 50 feet. Even a fly couldn't scale such a wall.
At least we know for certain that Larson is still alive. Only he could have perpetrated so impossible a crime.
Tell me, Monsieur Beauvais, does this room have any trapdoors or secret passages?
None whatsoever.
Hello?
What is it, Rouletabille?
There's a little gap in the wall about halfway up.
Oh, that's a ventilator. All the rooms in the square tower have one.
Do they indeed?
My grandfather had them installed. They're attached to a central shaft which leads outside to the fresh air.
I think we're starting to make progress.
My dear Rouletabille, that little gap is scarcely 6 inches wide. Surely you're not suggesting that Larson somehow climbed through it?
No, Sainclair, I'm not suggesting that.
What a pity Madame Darzac's little songbird can't talk. Perhaps it could tell us what happened.
Ah, yes. The songbird. We mustn't forget the songbird.
This is hopeless. We haven't even ascertained how poor little Edith died.
You haven't noticed her wrist, then?
Her wrist?
A songbird, a ventilator, and a bolted door. What do they tell us, Sainclair?
Nothing whatsoever.
You're mistaken. They tell us everything we need to know.
Are you in earnest, Monsieur Rouletabille?
I can assure you I wouldn't joke about something so serious. This whole dreadful business has begun to make sense. May I have another cup of coffee?
Help yourself.
You never cease to amaze me, Rouletabille.
I'm delighted to hear it.
A young woman has just been murdered, yet you sit down to a hearty breakfast as if nothing has happened.
If starving myself would bring her back, I'd happily do it. As it won't, I see no reason to go hungry.
Good morning, gentlemen.
How is Mathilde?
I've given her a sleeping draught. Her nerves are in tatters.
It's only to be expected. We're all feeling profoundly shocked at the moment.
Croissants are delicious.
Some of us, of course, are showing it in different ways to others.
I've certainly never seen my Uncle Marius more disturbed. When I told him about Edith, he all but passed out.
Where is your uncle, Monsieur Beauvais?
I've sent him to fetch the police.
Have you indeed? Should have saved him the effort.
I beg your pardon?
The police have no more chance of solving this crime than Sainclair has of being asked to dance the can-can at the Folies Bergère.
Rouletabille doesn't hold the forces of law and order in very high regard, I'm sorry to say.
The last thing we need is a pair of uniformed bumpkins trampling all over the evidence and scratching their chins.
Monsieur Rouletabille, where are you going?
To continue my investigations. Come along, Sainclair.
But what if the police want to interview you? Where shall I tell them you've gone?
That, Monsieur Beauvais, is the least of my concerns. You can tell them I've gone to the devil for all I care.
As it transpired, Rouletabille's destination was somewhat more prosaic. He wished to send a telegram, so we walked to the nearest post office.
I'm expecting a reply. Can you deliver it to the Château d'Hercule as soon as it arrives?
Oh, I'm not sure about that, sir. We're very short-staffed.
Sainclair will pay you handsomely for your effort. Isn't that right, Sainclair?
Yeah, I suppose so. Shall we say 10 francs?
Oh, don't be so niggardly. Make it 15.
15 francs? Thank you, monsieur.
This expedition is proving unexpectedly costly.
Sainclair!
I'm still smarting from the money I gave to old Marius.
Quickly, come to the window.
What is it?
Look.
I don't believe it. Larson.
Can you credit the temerity of the man? He's walked into that little cafe as though he hasn't a care in the world.
Oh, what are you going to do?
Go after him, of course.
Well, you sure that's wise?
Don't worry, Sainclair. I have my revolver. I wouldn't tackle Larson unarmed.
A bottle of wine and a glass, if you please.
Larson.
I'll make that 3 glasses. I have company.
I marvel at your audacity.
Take a seat, Monsieur Sainclair. It's good to see you again.
I didn't think you'd dare walk abroad during the hours of daylight.
Well, you forget. I died several weeks ago. No one's looking for me now.
Do as he says, Sainclair. Sit down.
And who was the poor unfortunate you had buried in your place?
A particularly fatuous American named Arthur Rance. Once it became clear that the Dordogne was sinking, it only took me a moment to strike him down and conceal my papers on his body.
Your wine, sir.
Thank you, my good man. Keep the change.
Thank you, sir.
How did you manage to escape the ship? I thought the lifeboats were reserved for women and children.
It's astonishing how eager they were to make room for a man with a revolver.
100 people perished on the Dordogne. You should have been one of them.
Harsh words, Monsieur Sainclair. You're clearly upset. I take it you didn't enjoy last night's performance at the Château d'Hercule.
You're not the man you were, Larson. You can't have intended to kill Monsieur Beauvais' maidservant.
Accidents happen. Next time I shall be more careful.
Next time? You still intend?
Madame Darzac once made a fool of me. My pride won't settle for anything less.
I had hoped I might reason with you, Larson. But I shall clearly have to take more radical measures.
Really, Monsieur Rouletabille? Such idle threats are unworthy of you. Have a glass of wine and stop talking nonsense.
I warn you, I'm not bluffing. I have a gun in my jacket pocket.
Were you aware that I attended my own funeral?
What?
Obviously not. I took great pains to avoid being observed.
Rouletabille, are you all right?
I was glad to see the lady in black standing at my grave. She must have had a great deal to tell you.
No. What's the matter, Rouletabille? You're trembling.
I can see that she did. That being the case, you'll no doubt permit me to leave.
Do something. He's getting away.
Sit down, Sainclair.
As you can imagine, I should be sorry to harm you. But have a care, Monsieur Rouletabille. If you continue to meddle, your life is at risk.
Well, for God's sake, Rouletabille, have you taken leave of your senses?
He knows, Sainclair. Merciful heaven. He knows.
As Rouletabille was unwilling to act, I ran into the street hoping to apprehend Larson myself. To my intense disappointment, however, he had made good his escape and vanished from view.
Has he gone?
Yes, Rouletabille, he's gone. And it's all your fault.
I had my reasons. You don't understand.
I understand only too well. You might have stopped Larson, but you let him escape.
How dare you condemn me? I thought we were friends.
I thought so too. It seems we were wrong.
Seething with anger, I returned to the Château d'Hercule. As its inhabitants were variously occupied, I went out onto one of the parapets to take the air. I was still there an hour later when I was joined by a familiar figure.
The views are magnificent, are they not?
Yes.
Monsieur Beauvais tells me that on a clear day, one can see Sardinia.
Look, Rouletabille, I'm sorry about what I said earlier.
Don't apologize, Sainclair. It's I who owe you an apology. An apology and an explanation.
Huh?
I've always led you to believe that I was brought up above a tailor's shop in Limoges.
That's right.
I've been lying. The tailor's shop doesn't exist. I spent the first 15 years of my life in an orphanage.
Rouletabille, I had no idea.
It was a dreadful place, Sainclair. I can still recall the cold and the hunger, and the constant threat of beatings.
Well, why have you never told me this before?
I didn't want your pity. After all, I survived.
Well, it's a wonder you did.
One thing made it bearable. Every year, on my birthday, I received a visitor. She didn't give me her name, but she was kind and gentle and always wore a very distinctive perfume. Lavender, with a hint of wild jasmine.
The lady in black.
She never told me that she was my mother, of course. She didn't have to.
The lady in black is your mother?
She finally confirmed it last week. But I knew, Sainclair. I already knew.
I don't understand. Why did she leave you in such a terrible place?
She wanted to protect me from the corrupting influence of my father. You see, he was a wicked man and exceptionally cunning.
Rouletabille, no.
You've guessed it already. I knew that you would. Yes, Sainclair. The lady in black was Larson's first wife, and I am his son.
My God.
Quite a good joke, isn't it? The man I have been hunting is my own flesh and blood.
Monsieur Rouletabille, is that you up there?
What is it, Monsieur Beauvais?
A telegram has arrived for you.
I'll be down in a moment.
Rouletabille, I don't know what to say.
Perhaps now you understand why I let Larson escape.
I could hardly be expected to shoot down your own father.
It was a moment of weakness. It won't happen again.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, Sainclair, perfectly sure. I've spared his life once, and that's all he deserves. From this moment forth, I will not rest until he is stopped.
Monsieur Rouletabille's assessment of the police was perfectly correct. They were here all morning and failed to uncover a single clue.
Lord, they were a shower. I've spotted more intelligent creatures at the bottom of ponds.
What will you do now, Monsieur Darzac?
As the police clearly can't protect Mathilde, I intend to take her home.
I'm not sure what Rouletabille will say about that.
You're not sure what Rouletabille will say about what?
The Darzacs have decided to return to Paris.
Surely not.
Robert thinks I'll be safer at home.
I'm afraid he's mistaken. Larson will follow wherever you go.
As much as it pains me to say it, I agree with the boy.
If we all work together, we can still defeat him. This telegram contains important new evidence.
What would you advise me to do?
Stay at the chateau. Go about your business exactly as normal. Retire to bed this evening just like last night.
Surely you're not suggesting that she sleeps in the room where Edith died?
That's exactly what I'm suggesting.
Really, Monsieur Rouletabille, I've never heard of such a thing.
We'll all take turn guarding her door. I promise you, Monsieur Darzac, nothing will happen.
I'm sorry, but I'd rather we took our chances at home.
Isn't that for me to decide?
Mathilde!
Monsieur Rouletabille is our friend, Robert. If he counsels us to stay, we must follow his advice.
You married an exceptional woman, Monsieur Darzac. You're a fortunate man.
At least we agree on something.
I understand your anxiety, but I give you my word. If Madame Darzac remains at the chateau, she has nothing to fear.
Rouletabille spoke with such conviction that we all felt compelled to obey. At a little before 10, Madame Darzac retired to her bedroom, and Monsieur Beauvais and I began keeping watch outside her door.
I almost wish something would happen. The suspense is intolerable.
Are you ready to act if Larson should strike?
More than ready. I have my revolver, and I'm an excellent shot.
Our watch, however, passed without incident, and 3 hours later we were relieved by Rouletabille and Monsieur Darzac.
Are you sure you wouldn't rather we stayed?
Quite sure, Monsieur Beauvais. You both deserve a few hours' rest.
If you should need us, you know where we are.
Yes, Monsieur Sainclair. We know where you are.
I returned to my room, not expecting to sleep. The day, however, had been taxing and long, and in a matter of moments I was dead to the world. I little guessed as I slumbered, peaceful and quiet, the tragic news that would greet me when I opened my eyes.
Sainclair! Come on, Sainclair!
Rouletabille shook me awake at just after dawn. I could tell from his face that something was wrong.
Oh, God, Sainclair.
What is it? What's happened?
I've failed her. I vowed to protect her, and I've failed.
Rouletabille, no.
It was just like poor Edith.
Well, she's not dead, Rouletabille. Don't tell me that Madame Darzac's dead.
I'm sorry, Sainclair. I'm so very sorry.
I must see for myself.
No, we've sealed the room. Stay here, Sainclair. Stay here with me.
What in God's name? What happened?
We heard a cry just after 2. When we opened the door, we found her slumped on the bed. We tried to revive her.
Yeah, it's all right, Rouletabille.
It's not all right. It's my fault. She's dead.
Well, how did he do it? How did he kill her?
If I only knew.
You promised you'd stop him.
I've been such a fool, such an arrogant fool.
He's won, then. Larson has won.
Yes, Sainclair. Larson has won. And his triumph will haunt me for the rest of my days.
Monsieur Darzac?
Come in, gentlemen.
I've no wish to intrude on your grief, but I felt I had to offer my condolences.
You're very kind.
This may not be the best moment, but if there's anything more I can do...
You've done quite enough already, thank you.
Try not to judge him too harshly. His intentions were good.
God preserve me from good intentions. I wanted us to leave, but he insisted we stayed. It's thanks to him that Mathilde is dead.
I told you not to put your faith in a boy.
I thought I asked you to summon the police.
Don't be so impatient. I need a small brandy to steady my nerves.
Rouletabille tells me that you wish us to leave.
I hope you'll forgive me, but your presence here is no longer welcome.
I realize you're angry, but please think again. If I carry on working, I'm sure I can help.
Why must you argue? My mind is made up. Go back to Paris and leave me alone.
I'm not happy about leaving Monsieur Darzac at the Chateau d'Hercule.
I don't see that we had much choice.
This compartment is empty, Rouletabille.
I'm sorry, Sainclair, it won't do.
You keep on saying that. I've been carrying these cases the length of the train.
This compartment, on the other hand, is perfect. Come along, Sainclair. Shall we go in?
As we entered, the train suddenly lurched, and Rouletabille was thrown against the compartment's only occupant.
Oh, forgive me. I do beg your pardon.
He quickly regained his balance, and as he did, I discovered that our fellow passenger was horribly familiar.
Well, well, this is unexpected.
Larson?
I hadn't bargained on seeing either of you again.
We couldn't let you leave the Côte d'Azur without saying goodbye.
Let me at him. I'll wring the life from his miserable neck.
Sit down. You'll have a seizure. Monsieur Larson and I have much to discuss.
If you wish to engage this creature in idle banter, that's your affair. I intend to summon a guard.
Sit down, Sainclair. We won't be seeing Larson again. I'm determined that our final encounter should be a memorable one.
How did you know where to find me?
Once you knew that Madame Darzac was dead, it was obvious you'd flee on the next available train. You're nothing if not predictable.
You, on the other hand, have a remarkable talent for unwelcome surprises.
Thank you. It's a talent I intend to exercise again. Come in, Madame Darzac.
What the devil?
Good afternoon, Frederic.
No, it's impossible.
Madame Darzac, you're alive.
Alive and quite well, thanks to your friend.
May I ask the reason for this deception?
We had to flush you out into the open somehow. We knew you wouldn't leave the Côte d'Azur whilst Madame Darzac still lived.
You're a clever man, Rouletabille, I'll grant you that.
You don't have a monopoly on feigning death.
I think you might have told me the details of your plan. I've spent the last 8 hours in torment.
I am sorry, Sainclair, but your grief was essential. When Larson's accomplice reported back to his master, it was vital he believed Madame Darzac was dead.
Larson's accomplice?
Monsieur Rouletabille is referring to Beauvais' uncle, old Marius.
Good Lord.
It was obvious that Larson had help at the chateau. Even he couldn't enter and leave a fortified castle whenever he pleased.
I should never have trusted that blundering fool.
I'm sure your intentions were honourable, Rouletabille, but I can't help feeling a little exploited.
Forgive me, my friend. There was no other way.
I'm intrigued, Monsieur Rouletabille. What made you suspect old Marius in the first place?
It was simple. He gave Madame Darzac her songbird.
Her songbird? If you're being facetious, it's in very poor taste.
I can assure you I'm not. That innocent little bird has already caused one death. And, if Larson had succeeded, it would have caused another.
Monsieur Rouletabille demonstrated that to us last night.
Oh? I'm sure you'd like the details, so, let me explain. Picture the scene, Sainclair. Madame Darzac was alone in her bedroom when we knocked at the door.
I'm just coming.
Sainclair and Monsieur Beauvais have gone to their rooms.
Might be as well if you also left.
I won't hear of it.
But Mathilde...
My mind is made up. If you're willing to risk your lives, it's only proper that I should do the same.
We dimmed the lamps and settled down to see what happened next. We didn't have long to wait. The clock outside struck the hour, and, almost at once, Madame Darzak's caged bird began to sing.
I don't understand. That little bird isn't nocturnal.
It's been trained, Monsieur Darzak. Trained to respond when the clock tower strikes 1.
Listen.
We suddenly became aware of a ghastly rustling sound coming from the ventilation shaft. I'd already surmised that old Marius had expanded his study of insects to include the arachnid family, so I knew what to expect.
Quickly, turn up the lamp.
For all my readiness, however, I was sickened by what I saw. A bird-eating spider of a particularly rare and deadly kind was slowly squeezing itself through the ventilator.
Keep perfectly still! It responds to movement, and its venom is lethal.
My God!
Old Marius must have been keeping the coal-black tarantula in his room. At Larson's command, he released it into the ventilation system, knowing that it would be irresistibly attracted by the song of its prey.
Look out!
With hideous rapidity, it scuttled across the wall and over the ceiling.
Shoot it, Rouletabille! For pity's sake, shoot it!
It was moving too quickly. I couldn't take aim. Then, suddenly, it came to a rest on the mantelpiece. It reared up on its back legs, preparing to spring. Monsieur Darzak threw a lamp at it, and the nightmarish creature was knocked to the floor. Mortally injured, it continued to writhe, and with my last ounce of courage, I stamped on its body and ground it to dust.
Oh, it's horrible, horrible.
It's all right. It's over.
We're fortunate we're still alive. Monsieur Beauvais' maidservant wasn't so lucky.
Poor little Edith. What a horrible death. I'll always be grateful you spared me her fate.
Astonishing, quite astonishing. And you deduced all that from a simple songbird?
There were other clues. Marius obviously kept his room unnaturally warm for the sake of his pet. And, I confess that I found 2 tiny fang marks on poor Edith's wrist.
I wouldn't be too pleased with myself if I were you. Poor stupid Marius wasn't much of a foe.
He wasn't much of an ally either. Where did you meet him?
Our first encounter was in Rio de Janeiro. When I learned he knew you, I realized I'd met someone who might be of use.
I assume you offered him money to follow your orders.
He had a number of gambling debts that badly needed paying. I don't think I've ever met a more untalented card player.
Oh.
He'd be hard-pressed to win against a 5-year-old child.
He managed to get the better of you, didn't he, Sainclair?
That isn't a subject I'm prepared to discuss.
You may also like to know that Marius briefly impersonated Larson's brother. I telegraphed the Sûreté for a description of the man who identified his body. They told me that he was small and bad-tempered with a thick ginger beard.
My God, what a duplicitous rogue. It's a pity he's been allowed to escape.
I wouldn't worry too much about that if I were you. When he visited me this morning, I offered him a glass of champagne. He may find its effects more potent than he imagines.
Uncle Marius? It's Gerard, Uncle Marius. There's a policeman downstairs with a warrant for your arrest. Monsieur Rouletabille has told him what you have done. For pity's sake, Uncle Marius, don't just sit there, say something. Oh, my God. Uncle Marius!
A slow poison.
Hyoscine. Deadly, but undetectable.
Was it really necessary to kill him?
It served his purpose. I decided I'd be safer if he was out of the way.
First you conspire to murder me, then Marius becomes your victim. Don't you ever tire of taking human life?
Every man must have a hobby, Mathilde.
I'm afraid it's a hobby I'm about to curtail. I've assembled more than enough evidence to send you to the scaffold.
I've no doubt you have. What a pity you won't live to present it.
Rouletabille, look out! If you're searching for your revolver, I can spare you the effort. I liberated it from your jacket pocket some time ago when we briefly collided.
Ah, Rouletabille. What a partner you would have made. It's such a shame you're so insufferably good.
Rouletabille opened his mouth to reply, but before he could speak, Larson leapt from his seat and hurled Madame Darzac across the compartment.
Quickly! After him!
Wait! Don't let him get away!
Taking advantage of our confusion, he pulled open the door and hurried outside. As soon as he stepped into the corridor, Larson must have realized that he was trapped. At one end of the passage, a railway guard stood blocking his path. At the other end, we waited, ready to pounce.
It's over, Larson. Give yourself up.
Never!
I have often reflected on what happened next. Perhaps Larson still hoped to evade capture, or perhaps sudden panic had addled his wits. Whatever the reason, he flung open the door of the still speeding train and began to climb out.
For pity's sake, Larson! Don't be a fool!
For a few brief moments, Larson managed to edge himself along the outside of the carriage. Then, inevitably, he lost his footing, and before he knew it, he was hanging on by his fingertips.
Help me, Rouletabille! Help me!
Quickly! Give me your hand!
Keep back, Rouletabille! It's too dangerous!
Father! Give me your hand!
Whether or not Larson heard Rouletabille acknowledge their kinship, I am unable to say. At the very same moment, he at last lost his grip. And thrashing and screaming, he fell to his death. Frederic Larson was quietly laid to rest in Paris. Rouletabille, still deeply shocked, decided that the funeral should be a family affair. A few days later, however, I accompanied him to inspect the gravestone. For a while we stood in silence, our heads bowed in prayer. Then suddenly, my old friend turned to me.
Do you think that sons are doomed to become like their fathers?
I'm not sure I follow.
I must have inherited something from Larson.
Oh, Larson was insane, Rouletabille. It's inconceivable that you should ever become like him.
Thank you, Sainclair. I dare say you're right.
Why don't you come out with me this evening? I have tickets for La Traviata.
No, you know I hate opera. If I want to listen to the squawkings of a fat prima donna, I'll ask my editor to take me to lunch.
Well, there's no need to be ungracious, Rouletabille. I don't think you should be left on your own.
You're a good friend, Sainclair. Better than I deserve. But look, I shan't be alone.
Huh?
Rouletabille indicated the cemetery gates, and as I turned, I discovered that we were being watched by the lady in black.
Mother! There you are!
As Rouletabille ran to kiss her, she lifted her veil. Her face, which I'd never seen before, was handsome and strong. And about her eyes, I noticed, there was a warmth and compassion that was strangely familiar.
Sainclair! Join us!
Rouletabille inherited nothing from Larson. Of that I am certain. But he owes much to his mother, the lady in black.
In The Perfume of the Lady in Black by Gaston Leroux, dramatised by Stephen Sheridan, Rouletabille was played by Nicholas Boulton and Sainclair by Charles Simpson. Geoffrey Whitehead was Larson, Susanna Hamilton, Mathilde, Alistair Danson, Darzac, Stephen Thorne, Uncle Marius, David Timpson, Beauvais, and Alison Pettit, Edith. Other parts were played by members of the cast. The director was David Blount.